Hello, and thank you for watching Accelerate with Nerdio. In today's lesson, we're going to discuss WVD pools. As always, please check the video details for full articles and links on today's topic. So our agenda today, right? What are WVD pools? We'll discuss those a little bit in detail. Next, we'll go into the process of creating a WVD pool through the Nerdio admin portal. We'll go through assigning users to a WVD pool in the Nerdio admin portal. And then we'll go through some of the options available in managing a WVD pool in the Nerdio admin portal. The one thing that we won't cover is scaling in pools. There is a separate video for that. I highly recommend checking that one out as well. So what are WVD pools? Simply put, it's a collection of dynamic hosts within a container, right? When we think of pool 1, pool 2, pool 3, those are each containers. They'll have a template that drives the creation of the machines within it. So a single template to manage, scalability to create as many or as few machines as needed. And this diagram kind of gives you a quick overview, right? We think about our first thing in the environment, which is our golden image template. That can be used to create a template that drives the pool. So now we have that pool A container. It has its own template, which is managed. That allows you to create hosts. Hosts allow you to drive a home for users. If we look at it in the Nerdio admin portal, we're in the account. We're in the servers blade. We're right underneath the servers, and we're looking at manage desktop pools. I have a single pool created. You could have multiple. And what we're doing is we're going to look at what creating a pool looks like first. So we'll go ahead and hit Add WVD Pool. This allows us to name it. Let's just call it Pool B. I can choose whether I want desktops or remote app. And we'll have videos that go through remote app as well. And then I get to choose what I'm cloning the template from. So WVD SH00, that's our golden image, right? That's normally a great place to start. But if I have an existing pool, I can actually clone from that pool's template, right? So I have two templates now, golden image and pool A. Maybe pool A was a starting point for 80% of my environment, and then pool B is going to have some additional apps. So I can take that work I did in pool A and I'll bring it over into pool B and then start from there. So the next thing I'll do is choose the OS storage. Standard should be fine, SSD, and then I'll choose my VM series type. Let's just go ahead and call this a D series. I'm just going to do a D2, D4. I'm not going to worry about changing the region it's in, but I could. As soon as I hit OK, that pool will be built within about an hour, and then we'll see if we click Manage Hosts that pool consists of a template, and I've got one host now. I've got more hosts being built. We'll come back to this in a moment, but let's look at assigning that pool to users. We'll go to the users module here in the Nerdio admin portal. If you remember from our previous videos, there's going to be a section here that shows desktop assignment. So we can see that Andy here has a dedicated desktop. Angie is in pool A. Chad has nothing. So let's click on Chad. And I can see over here I'm going to have my WVD desktop, or my desktop with WVD as the option. And so if I'm going to go to a pool, I'll see it here. If I have multiple pools, I can select the one I want. It's as simple as that. You hit save. It's going to create that assignment within a few minutes. You could always go in and reassign if needed. So once that's done, as we saw with our other users, we'll see underneath the desktop that they're in that pool A. And then they simply just need to log into their WVD client, and they'll reach their desktop or their remote app depending on how it was set up. Let's go back to servers. Let's talk about a few of the management features that can be used in WVD pools. So again, we'll see our pools listed here. We'll click Manage Hosts, and there's two things we can focus on here, right? Our template, this is what all the hosts are built from. So if it's not on the template, it's not going to be on the hosts. Your goal is that you want to make sure you're keeping that template up to date. So whenever you update the template, then you're going to delete and rebuild your host. That way they'll match the template. I can see that I've got a template date timestamp here. That's the last time it was saved in template form. So that was back on October 8th. I want my machines in the pool to match that. That means that they're current. Now, what are some things I can do here? I could turn on the template, so that means the template would power on. I could then modify it, and it would give me an option to power it off and set it back in a template state. I can modify the size or that OS disk type. Again, remember that the hosts will be built to match the template. So if I want my hosts to be of a certain series size, I set it here. They will all have to be the same size, though. That's the way the scale set or the scaling works. I can see that I can also do an update host. Now again, update host, that means we take the hosts, we delete them, and we create new hosts based on the template. That is making sure that the hosts are all updated. Great. I can see that I could add an additional host if needed. That's the process I have running right now. Now, if I look at the host itself, right, I can see when this one was started. So it was created today, but it's based off that October 8th template, which is great. I don't have any users on it yet, and it's tracking CPU utilization over the last 30 minutes. I can kind of get an idea of what's going on there. I can see an option to deactivate. That means it would stop new connections from being created on the desktop and allow me to start to drain current users, right? So maybe there's a problem with the host, or I'm going to update it. I don't want anyone else to join, but I want to give users time to get their work done, right? So, or save their work, let's say, so they can log off. I can even use that to also, put it in deactivate, and then I can use this feature, send message, to then ask everyone on the host to please start to log off. So I've got a great way to kind of manage that communication. Update host is the same as the feature down here, except this would delete all hosts. This allows me to just delete this one, and then when I go to add a host, or if my scale settings goes to add a host, it'll be based off the template. And then other expected functions like restarting, so rebooting at the OS level, shutdown, which would fully deallocate the VM, or delete, which would remove the VM. And then again, based on scale settings, or if I add host, it'll bring new hosts on with that date timestamp. So again, WVD pools, creating them very easy. You come in and define the name, the template, and then we take care of the rest. And then you go in and start to manage the scale of that host, right? How many hosts do you want in that pool? As always, help.nerdio.net for lots of great additional information. I appreciate you watching today's video.